Well, the 2009 American International Toy Fair is underway at Jacob Javits Convention Center right here in New York City, and the annual event has drawn more than 1,500 exhibitors. The fair is crucial for toy makers who were slammed by one of the worst holiday sales seasons last year as consumers facing a recession tightened their wallets. Lucky for us, we have someone who really embraces his inner child on this story. Robert Gray joins us from the Convention Center now on, well, probably one of the most fun assignments you could be on, Robert.
Yeah, that's right, Jen. I don't know what you're talking about, inner, but anyway, nonetheless. Yeah, thanks very much for sitting out here. Here with Gareb Shamus. He's the publisher of Toy Wishes magazine. Gareb, thanks so much for joining us here. Let's jump right in. We know, obviously, a global recession going on right now. The big theme we're seeing right now is price point, value for your money here. Talk to us a little bit about how this theme is shaping up. I know we're a long ways away from the holiday season, but retailers have to be thinking about that already.
Yeah, they're making decisions right now for the holiday, and they're very, very conscious about price point. That's the #1 theme of the show. Everybody's trying to keep everything under $30. We've even seen companies where every new product introduced is going to be under $25.
So you think if we used to see, these $100, $200, a lot of the expensive robots and the like, but that's really getting into video game territory now, and I understand a lot of people are trying to avoid that comparison.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid it. Also, they are trying to take away the big item from the line, so where they're focusing on a lot of the smaller items that might be a brand extension for the toys that you already have.
Yeah, and we're talking about a lot of sort of back-to-basics type toys. I mean, we're sitting here with the UglyDolls here, which have been pretty hot over the past several years. You've also got, Barbie, a big milestone birthday for Barbie this year.
Absolutely. She turns 50. They just had a big fashion show. They're opening up a Malibu beach house in just about a month, so it's a very exciting year for Barbie as well. And like you said, back to basics. Board games are very, very hot this holiday. Sales were up over 6% last year. It's a great family bonding experience. Also, craft products. There's a lot of really great craft products here, like pepperoni, and also something like printables, where you can actually make your own stuffed animals.
Yeah, and a lot of virtual meets reality, speaking of, where you can play with toys in the real world and then plug in a USB online. We'll be looking at a lot of these trends throughout the day. We also do want to talk about some of the hot toys that are coming out. Now, we know that we mentioned Barbie's turning 50. That's a big one this year. Talk to us about 2 or 3 other hot items very quickly.
Well, this is going to be a big summer movie season. We have Star Trek, which comes back. That's going to be a tremendous property this year. And of course we have Transformers 2, G.I. Joe, which are going to be tremendous properties, the first introduction of G.I. Joe on the screen, and then of course Wolverine. So there's going to be a big summer blockbuster movie season for us.
And even though it's for last year's Toy of the Year, we understand it's a little bit like the Oscars, where you get nominated and maybe a smaller movie then suddenly becomes big. We're talking about a toy I'm not familiar with, but maybe it's because my daughter's not old enough yet, but it's Bakugan. Tell us quickly a little bit about it and give us a quick demo.
Yeah, Bakugan was the hottest toy of last year. It was one of our Toy Wishes Hot Dozen toys. But it's got a really great entry price point at $4.99, all the way up. You can do battle arenas, but it's a really great sphere that when it gets magnetized, it pops open like a little action figure. And there's hundreds of different kinds. This last year was the first year of the introduction, hit TV show on Cartoon Network. And this year they're extending the line with Bakugan Trap, which has all different figures as well, which are squares, pyramid shapes, and it's just really very, very cool line.
Gareb Shamus, thanks so much. Well, Jenna, we'll have to get a couple of these and then battle it out, I guess, in the green room.
Sure thing, Robert. Robert, I don't know if you've seen your animation for this. Have you seen the animation for your own Toy Fair coverage? You made a bobblehead.
I have not. I thought only Sandra Smith could pull off the bobblehead.
Very good, Robert. Very good.
She actually has one on her desk, though.
That's a different story. Pick on someone that's not here to defend herself. Robert, thank you very much. You can see Robert throughout the day at the Toy Fair, Charles. And I don't know, where do you go from there, really? Charles, I mean, wouldn't you like an animation like this for our Fox 50?
Absolutely. They used to have one for Charles's Choice, but I like the bobblehead one, too. Jenna, let's talk now, though, about the Fox 50. We know, of course, it gets a day off, and believe me, it needs it after falling 6.5 points on Friday.